Welcome back to Student Stories. We're starting a second season as we've started a new semester here at Laredo College. I'm joined by Akemi Nakazono this morning. Hi Akemi, how are you?
Hello Ruben, I'm good.
Nice to see you. I want to mention that we're in the Kaizen Student Center in the Office of Student Life. This is the orientation office, and a lot of people are going to say, Ruben, why did you make it look so messy? Well, no, but because this is where everything happens during orientation. There's a lot of swag in here, and so I like for things to kind of look busy. And you've been involved with Office of Student Life, haven't you, Akemi?
Yes, as an orientation leader this past summer.
Nice. So how were the orientations?
They're pretty good, most of them. We had a few slips here and there, but nothing too big, nothing too, I guess, bad.
Yeah. So how did you become an orientation leader?
Well, I was working at the advising center, and I liked it. I genuinely did like my job, and all of a sudden I saw that they had opened a position for orientation leader, and I ended up applying. I honestly did not expect to get a call back, but Mariana called asking for an interview, and I said yes, and I ended up choosing that I was going to stay at the advising center. But the day of the interview came in, and I was like, you know what, let me give it a chance. And then I ended up doing the interview. I thought it went pretty well. And then, a week later, I got called in to start working at Student Life.
That is a pretty big decision to make so early in your career. How long did you take to make that decision?
I think it was just until I got the job, until I got the call. The email saying you've been chosen to be orientation leader, and then I was like, okay, then yeah.
Yeah. So up until that point, you were thinking you wanted to stay at the advising center.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you do as an orientation leader?
Well, we do a lot. I genuinely don't think that people see everything that goes behind it. We make the goodie bags, we make the name tags, we call people, email them, text them, register them every day. We give, obviously, the orientation tour. We try to socialize a lot with our students, to make it a better environment. But yeah, that's pretty much what we do. It's a really fun job. I would recommend everyone to actually be an orientation leader.
It's a lot of behind-the-scenes work before the actual orientation.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, are you happy that you took the position?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the Office of Student Life.
Nice. So, the position of orientation leader, is that a permanent position, or what happens now?
It's a summer job.
Okay.
So what happens is that basically, let's say you're working at another department, you're choosing to leave that department, knowing. And I think they emphasize it a lot. This is a summer job. You only work for what the orientations are and what the training is like. So it's about 2 months and a half. And then from there, you could either go back to the department that you were working at if they still save your spot, or you can apply at other jobs. I know that some jobs don't really usually save your spot just because. Well, at least for me, advising was a registration service, and it was very much needed. So I think you would have to apply to other jobs. Like me personally, I applied to Student Life. I've applied to recruitment, to lead. I applied again at the advising center.
Yeah. The orientation leader, does that carry into Welcome Week as well? Do you work for Welcome Week?
Yes, we are currently working at Welcome Week. I'm not sure why or how, but we were told that our last day was last week, and then they told us hey, you guys will be able to work for Welcome Week, which is really nice. We get to keep this job for about 2 weeks.
That's cool. Let's go back, Akemi. How long have you been here at Laredo College?
I've been here for 1 semester.
1 semester. And where did you go before this? Tell me all about your previous schooling.
I attended, in the fall semester, I attended Texas Women's up in Denton, Texas. Okay. So I moved out of Laredo, and then I ended up transferring back to LC.
What about elementary, middle, high school?
Oh, I've been to a bunch of different schools, yes.
Here in Laredo or elsewhere?
Both.
Really?
Here in Laredo and Nuevo Laredo. For kinder, I went to Villa Educare in Nuevo Laredo. And then first grade, I went to Colegio Bilingüe Libertad. And then that same year, I went to two different elementaries.
Okay.
I went to Franklin Roosevelt and Juarez Lincoln Elementary in the South. And then for second grade, I went back to Franklin. And then third grade, I stayed at Milton Elementary from third grade to fifth grade.
Yeah.
And then I went to Lamar Middle School for sixth grade. I went to Troutman Middle School for seventh grade. I moved back to Laredo I went back to Nuevo Laredo for eighth grade. I went to Colegio San Miguel. And then for ninth and 10th grade, I went to Colegio Gutenberg. And then from 11 to 12, I went to LBJ and I ended up graduating there.
Really? Did you, was that difficult for you moving around a lot, or did you like that?
No, I didn't like it. But I kind of got used to it, and it was always fun to make friends.
Sure. Yeah, and you don't seem like the type of person that's going to let moving around bother you.
No, I'm not.
Make friends. So that's a good thing. What was the experience like in Nuevo Laredo versus Laredo? What are the differences?
It's very different. I think where I mostly compared out was middle school and high school, just because elementary was mostly done here. But over there, they're way more strict in how you dress.
Really?
Yeah, because they wear uniforms. Like right now in high school, they don't, but over there they still do.
Okay.
For middle school, it was the same thing. You couldn't have your nails done. You couldn't have like regular shoes. Like it had to be school uniform shoes.
Wow.
It was different the way that they handled like classes. You wouldn't just have a composition for that one. You had like a folder of homework and then a folder for your what's it called? Your work. So basically what they would do at the end of like the unit, they would go ahead and check those, and you had to have like the whole thing like full.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And do you think the level of education is different? Is it better in Nuevo Laredo? Is it better in Laredo, or is it about the same?
I honestly think it's better in Nuevo Laredo.
Really?
When I'm talking about middle school and high school, because when I came back over here, I was talking about like I was seeing things that I had already seen over there prior years, so I kind of had that knowledge already.
Yeah. What do you think you learned from going to all those different schools? I mean, in life in general.
I think I learned a lot to socialize.
Yeah. Well, you kind of had to.
Yeah, I kind of had to. So it was socializing. It was just, that there's a lot of different people with different opinions.
I'm surprised you remember all the schools. I would have forgotten.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I should remember every single one.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite out of all of them?
LBJ.
Really? You liked LBJ?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like the way that it works in Nuevo Laredo, or at least in the schools that I went to, you only have like one classroom, and you stay in that classroom all day.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
And it's just the teachers switching. But over here, so you would just see the same classmates all day, every day. And the good part about going to LBJ or any high school here in Laredo, you were the one that switches classes. You're the one that socializes with different people every day.
Yeah.
So I think that makes a huge difference.
That makes sense. At what point did you realize I want to go to college?
I think I've always wanted to go to college, just because I grew up with a single mother, and she did her nursing career, like having 2 kids. So that gives me motivation to just me myself push a career and aim for higher education, higher paying jobs.
Sure. Do you want to go into nursing, or do you want to do
something? My mom was in nursing. My aunt did nursing. My grandpa was a dentist.
Oh, goodness.
But I don't think I can do medical field at all.
You're like, that ends here.
That ends here.
Okay.
Well, actually, with my sister, I might end with my sister, but I'm pursuing an education with a bachelor in English.
Okay. Do you want to be a teacher?
I do, but I also want to pursue law school.
Oh, okay. So, what would that require once you're finished here at Laredo College? Will you get an associate's here and then move on?
Yes, I get my associates here hopefully by next summer.
Okay.
And I'm pushing it a little bit further just because I would like to become an orientation leader again next year. But hopefully I graduate with my associates either in May or summer. And then for the fall semester, I would be transferring to TAMU to pursue a bachelor's degree with on English with a certification for 7 to 12.
So you would actually stay here longer just to be an orientation leader?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. Once I got the job, I didn't expect to actually really like it. I think a lot of people do it for the pay, and I was one of those people, but I ended up really liking my job. I think socializing a lot with the students. I think the worst part of the job could be the heat, but we're in Laredo, so there's really nothing we can do about it. But yeah, I love the process of it. I made great friends here at the Student Life office.
Talk to me about Denton. I mean, that's such a long way from here.
Yeah.
8-hour drive. What was that experience like for you?
So when I was about to graduate high school, I got rejected by TAMU because of my SAT scores. Oh. And basically, my 2 last years of high school, they ended up moving me from 11th to 9th grade. So I had a year and a half to catch up my credits in order for me to graduate with my class. So I was taking a bunch of requirement courses, like graduation requirements, and and although I got like straight A's and all, my GPA wasn't high enough for a university, I guess. Okay. Plus my SAT score was like 10 points away from the requirements. So I got rejected by TAMU, and then I was very opted to not come to LC. I didn't want to because all of my friends were going to universities. All of my friends were going out of town. And
that peer pressure.
Yeah, it was like one of them was going to Austin, the other went to Houston, another went to the Valley. So it was like, I want to go too. Yeah. And then I applied to Texas Women's University. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, well, if I get in, I get in. Like at this point. Yeah. Yeah. And I ended up getting in, and during my senior year, I had an English teacher, and she really motivated me to do better in school and just believe in myself and be proud of myself for who I am, what I do, and what I enjoy doing. So her dream was also to go to Texas Women's, but back then financial aid didn't cover the dorm and the housing and the meal plan. So I was like, okay, well, I want to leave town. She's motivating me to do it. Might as well do it. And I did. But the school Texas Women's offered a preview day. And it was basically them picking up on a bus students from the Valley to take them all the way to North Texas to get a view of the school. And they paid for our food, they paid for a hotel. It was a pretty nice day. And then that same day, they did a raffle for scholarships. And I'm telling you, there was thousands of students there.
A raffle?
Yeah, like a raffle.
Okay.
And basically, the way that it worked is that once you arrived, you did the check-in. They give you like a little paper. You write your name, your student ID, and you write your date of birth, and if you were first time in college, your a transfer, and I think a graduate. And I entered the raffle, and I didn't think anything of it until I won $1,000 scholarship over there. And I was like, you know what? This is a sign for me to go.
So, how did that go? I mean, you learned so much already through all of these experiences. What did you learn from that experience, you think?
Well, the advice that I gave to my students while doing orientation is just make the most of your first semester because it goes by really fast. And I think living in Denton and having that only one friend group because I didn't enjoy my first semester. I think I was very homesick. I wanted to come back every day.
It's not like it's San Antonio where it's 2 hours away.
Yeah, no. I did have a trip here and there where I went. I came back to Laredo to visit my family in the middle of the semester because it was just like, I really want to go back. And it was a 12 bus hour ride. So,
wow.
Yes. I think I learned a lot. I think I learned how to, first of all, time management. I think that's very important. Because the day would go by so fast. I would have class and then go back to my dorm and then I wouldn't go to class. So definitely I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah.
No, you're good. So you're back in Laredo, back at Laredo College, and we're glad to have you back.
Thank you.
What have been your impressions of Laredo College? You were skeptical about coming before. Now you're here. What are your thoughts now?
I really liked it. Well, when I came in, I had to do all the transfer stuff really late, like late registration and all that, just because I was far away. I did not know that advising had advising through the phone. I would have done registration a long time ago. So yeah, that was one of the things that I learned about it, which I was impressed of because it just helps out so much to transfer students. And overall, I think I've had a good experience. My first semester here, or the first 8 weeks, I had them in the South Campus. So I really didn't get an idea of what it was like because the South Campus is usually more for health services or health careers.
Or the allied health services,
so there was really not much there until I applied to advising because I was like, you know what, I want to get a job here. I'm working at Papa John's full time. I want to get another job. And I ended up applying. I got it. And then the second semester, my classes, I think I had 1 or 2 here at the main campus. So I just ended up coming over here. I worked at the advising center. And overall, I think it was pretty good. I think my experience here at LC has been definitely way better than me going all the way over there to realize that I like the school. But overall, I think it's pretty fun. I think working in the school also helps a lot. Going to all the events that the student life has to offer, other offices have to offer. Yeah.
And there's a lesson there. I mean, a lot of students feel pressured to go out of town because their peers are going out of town, but it's not always the right fit. For some it might be, for some it won't. But if you're going to go out of town, financial aid, yeah, that's definitely a big factor. But if you're going to do that, then make sure it's for the right reason.
Yeah.
But you're very versatile. You seem to adapt really well
to
every situation. Are you a good student?
Academically, yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, good student.
Yeah. Were you always a good student?
Yes, but I did have my time where I lagged off. I think it was my senioritis during senior year.
Yeah, of course. But now you kind of buckled down, you think?
Yes. Since I do want to pursue law school, I have to have a really good GPA, and that's also a thing that affected a lot while being at Texas Women's. My GPA was really down because I wouldn't go to class. I wouldn't turn in things on time. And then, because I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my career. Sure. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I opted to be a teacher, but then I wanted to do the dental hygiene program. And then I was thinking of going into biology. No.
How did you decide on law?
Well, there was this one time that I went to the writing center at Texas Women's, and I was already thinking about doing law. There's just so many careers that I would like to pursue, but there's just not enough funding for them. But I ended up going to the writing center, and I was talking to the girl that was helping me out, and I was telling her oh yeah, I'm an English major, but I don't know if I'm gonna switch to criminal justice just because I want to do law. And then a lady overheard, and she was like, keep your English degree. That's the best way to get into law school. And I was like, well, yeah,
okay,
I should do that.
Yeah.
And
good idea.
There was, I think, the past election for the presidency that I don't know, I think it had a really big impact in me that I wanted to pursue law. And I've always been very vocal. Uh, I've always been very vocal about politics. So I was like, you know what, this is a way to start. This is a way to pursue this and to help out my community.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking at any law schools in particular?
UT,
Okay.
UT Law School.
All right.
Yes.
So what do you need to do to get in there?
I need to have, I think it's above a 3.5 GPA.
Okay.
I think you need to have like your bachelor's degree and your LSAT.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the grade is, but I do need to take the LSAT. I need to get my GPA high enough, and yeah.
Well, you got time. I mean, you're going to go to TAMU, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then from there, you'll try to make the transition. Any desire to teach at all?
Yes. I don't want to go right into law school. I want to, since I'm graduating with a certification, I would like to do a few years into teaching.
Okay.
And then later on, to pursue law school.
So you're going to graduate with the ability to teach.
Yes.
Right off the bat.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. What is it about teaching that interests you think?
I think during my school years, I had a lot of teachers that just kind of, how do I say it? I got bullied in school, like a lot. So there was a lot of teachers that just supported me through that and helped me out. Like my senior year teacher, she understood me really well. I think we were like the same person, but in different funds. And to this day, we still talk. So I think she was also a very big motivation to me going into teaching and kind of just connecting with the students that way, helping out and, just making sure that they're good and safe.
What is your favorite thing about Laredo College?
My job.
Your job? Okay, that's fair.
Yes, like I said, I think being an orientation leader was one of the best things I could do. I've met so many amazing people, so many great connections, so many great friends that even if I still don't work here, if I don't work on campus, I know that I'll have those friendships for a long time.
For the person that might be skeptical like you were about coming to Laredo College, what would be your message to them?
Don't get peer pressure. Everybody has different paths. Everyone's career is going to look different. Everyone's progress is going to look different. Don't get carried away by what other people do, say, or think. I think as long as you're happy with yourself, as long as you're happy with what you're doing, what you're studying, then I think that's enough for you.
Yeah, that's excellent advice, Akemi. What does Akemi like to do other than be in school?
Play Fortnite.
Play Fortnite.
I love to play Fortnite.
Really?
It's my favorite thing ever. I like to do makeup too. I was thinking of doing the cosmetology certification, but that has a waiting list, and it's also very time consuming because I believe it's from like 8 a.m. to like 4 p.m.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Tell me about Fortnite. Is that? I mean, I know a lot of people play it. Is that a computer-based game? Is it an Xbox thing? What is this?
It's both. Well, You can play it on PC. You can play it on Xbox, on a PlayStation. I play it on my iPad.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's really what you enjoy doing.
That's something I found at Texas Women's University.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they used to have Fortnite tournaments, and they used to have they actually have like this huge computers or gaming room, and they basically have like Xbox and like headsets and PCs. So you just log in and you can play there for about like 4 hours. I thought that was also a really good thing that they had.
Unless you're spending more time doing Fortnite instead of school.
Yeah.
It's probably not a good thing. Are you trying to convince Kano over at Rec to add the Fortnite to esports?
I did mention it to him.
No, not going to work?
Because you don't need a team to play Fortnite. You can play solo. So we're still looking into that. Because I do play. I think I play really good. Just maybe not on like controller.
Yeah. So if Laredo College adds a Fortnite esports team, you might just get your bachelor's degree here?
No.
No? Okay, just checking. What about movies, music, series?
I I like to, I listen a lot to music. I think that's what keeps me going through the day. A lot of like Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo. I also listen to a lot of music in Spanish. Junior H, Tito WP, all of that stuff.
Yeah. Movies? Series?
Movies? I would say my favorite movie is Corpse Bride.
Horror?
No, it's animation by Tim Burton. I would say Corpse Bride. I would say Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Same? Is it?
No, that's Jim Carrey.
Oh,
I think.
It's a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay. What about series? Any series? You were going to mention another movie?
No.
Okay.
Series Sex in the City.
Sex in the City. All right. Akemi, anything you want to add before I let you go here?
I think that's pretty much it.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time, and I want to congratulate you because you've gone through a lot of different changes, and here you still are. And so we're glad to have you here at Laredo College,
you.
and I wish you much success.
Thank you.